Everybody will be dancing and doing it right. Everybody will be dancing. Okay, so these are a gaming headset. Then let me lower the volume by touching the knob on the side. So Drop sent me this, and it's called the Drop Plus E Plus H3X, not associated with the YouTube channel. And it's $80. So that's like, Zeos has been touching some very expensive headphones lately. And Zeos has a very comprehensive list of closebacks that are affordable. And so now we're talking about gaming headsets again, and I'm proud to announce that this does not have any RGB bullshit. It's not offensive colors. It has a slightly gamer vibe design going for it. But in actual old school Drop fashion, it actually sounds really fucking good. Like, we're talking about good for not just like a gaming headset, but like good for like a headphone, especially for one that's like an affordable budget headphone. So, tour of the unit first. It's very gray. Like, it's almost like, I hate when gaming headsets are like, look at me, I'm filled with colors and I have wings and there's blades that come out and there are tracks. It's like, calm the fuck down. You're just a headphone with some fancy bits in you. That said, this is the grayest of headphones. Like, if there was a generic movie being filmed and they had to have generic, like, gaming kid army, this would be the generic gaming kid army headphone. Because it's just asphalt gray. It's very nice, though. It's a nice asphalt gray. So we've got independent cups that wiggle on an arm here, but then also wiggle like an arm here. This side has the microphone, which when you pull it down, you hear the click. Clicks on and then clicks to mute. It is a flexible design here, so you can bend it. It doesn't get in front of your mouth, which is what you want. You do not want your microphone ever in front of your mouth, by the way, because then you can breathe on it. And you think it could hear you better here versus here, like 2 inches away? You're fucking loud. Humans are loud. Adjustment is numbered in case you're obsessive compulsive. You need to be this on like 5. You can make this one is exactly 5. Nice positive clicks. I will say I've worked with more expensive headphones that can't like get that sensation correct. And this one does. Big soft headband up here. Although, like, they went with like the breathable fabric on top and then just a leather strip on the bottom. I guess that's better for sweaty people. If you're a sweaty person, you want to sweat inside of it. The pads themselves are like a really, they're a little small. It's weird. It's a slightly loose 2 knuckle. That's how we measure here on Z Reviews, by the way. If I squeeze 3 knuckles in there, it's like, no, 2 knuckle, which makes them fit on my ear. It almost feels like it's for a child's ear, which I guess if you're a gaming headset, you're a man child. No, it doesn't mean anything. Adults play games all the time, and if you have $80 to spend, it should fit properly. Not uncomfortable, it's just a little snug, like around my actual human-sized man here. Here is the volume adjustment. It's a knob. I guess it's a knob. My only problem with this is it's a little stiff, which I guess stiff is better than loose, because loose would fuck around. This you have to actually like give it a thumbing, or if it's on your head, you're sort of like wiggling around to try to get it to move. I like the fact that you can't lower it to 0. You can't mute with this. You can turn it all the way down and it goes to like 15%. So I know shit's still going on. In this case, a perfect circle's playing, but I don't forget that it's on. So it's just like, all right, it's in the background, turn it up. And surprisingly, no balance fade, usually on mechanical pots. With the cheaper ones, which I'm assuming, since this is an $80 to out-the-door headphone that is a slightly cheaper pot, usually you get down low and it's like it'll start drifting to left or right, and I haven't noticed it in this one. Could just be luck, though. Could just be luck. The wire is lame. There's no way to put it. I mean, I guess at this price point, and the fact they're coming off of a Sennheiser build, because I know a Drop and Sennheiser, the PC38X and 37X, I think this was Predator? Prague Philharmonic science fiction themes doing Predator. This is the thing. I've yelled about this thing before, because this thing is just like, this is the second wire it comes with. It comes with 2 wires. This one is a right angle 4-pole, which means the microphone and outputs get transferred in one plug. And this one here that's plugged in now is slightly longer and separates out the microphone from the headset. So this would be more like your actual gaming PC. You plug that into your mic and plug this into your motherboard. There's issues if you try to plug it into a separate device. Like I got the FIO K9 here, which is like a $900 DAC amp. Is that if you plug this into something else over there, it's missing the ground and it'll be bad. Bad news bears. Anyway, this stupid 2.5 millimeter 4 pole with a ground ring. So you got to shove it way up there, Morty. Oh, it's still plugged in. There you go. Ugh. So you get this. There's no. You can't ever get a custom wire if you custom ordered it, and it would probably cost you more than the headphones. But you go in, it goes way in, and then it goes click. And when you don't see the red line, it means it's in all the way. I guess they were having problems with people not figuring that out because they literally put it up as a bullet point. Is that we have a red indicator now? Yay. Sound quality. So I started off with music, as you do, and then I switched to watching videos of gaming because honestly, I don't game as much as I need to, and that's fucked up, isn't it? As a YouTuber who reviews audio gear, you really need to sit down and schedule in some time for gaming. Yeah, I think your business is gonna lack unless you sit down and play some fucking Doom. So did a little bit of that, and I could tell you that I don't hate this for either one of those things. And for $80, which is, I think, a lot less than the PC38X was, I think Drop has fucking killed it. Because I noticed there's just the slight, in music, which is how I prefer, because I could sit in my kitchen naked and listen to music. But playing games, I mean, I got my Steam Deck. I whip out the Steam Deck. You probably whip out the Steam Deck. Then sit naked in my kitchen with a Steam Deck. Anyway. The only thing that is a negative impact on this for music is that occasionally the high end can get a little spicy, just a little touch. And that comes from it being a gaming headset. You see, when you design a headset, when you design how you want the frequency response to work, is either you want bass or you don't want bass. Some gamers don't like low end. For those gamers, I say, but most gamers, when you're in a game, you're listening for explosions and footsteps, and you want that slight bit of sizzle. Just a little bit, like you put the eggs and the bacon in the pan, and you hear that because that is directional. That's where you hear things, where they're coming from. Big, warm, loping sounds of whoa, that doesn't matter. That could be soundstage, just put out there and far and wide. But it's when you get to the little bit of sizzle is when it's like, oh, it was there. So they are pretty fucking. Are these the best closebacks are these the best imaging closebacks? Imaging being how you hear directionality of sound. Soundstage is, it sounds very close, narrow soundstage. It sounds huge, big soundstage. But accuracy is imaging. Does it sound like something's coming from in front of me or from 1 foot to the right of in front of me? With a lot of music, you play something like The Doors, they didn't just sing dead center. Jim Morrison would sing to the left, and then the piano would be like not all the way in the right channel. It'd be a little bit in. They blended into that one, so it's a little bit in. So placement of instruments in music can translate to how imaging works in gaming. And a lot of times, like Yossi Horikawa, one of those crazy artists who uses just sounds. They just hear the fading and the panning. They're going, I'm writing a letter, I'm writing a letter, and I'm writing a letter. And if it never sounded artificial and it moved from left to right to left again, that's fucking solid imaging. So yeah, I'd probably give these 9 out of 10 in imaging for under $100. If we made it like a $500 budget, I could probably find you something better. But I don't think we're gonna even discuss that in this video. We'll wait till the Gaming Fidelity 2023 video, because I'm skipping 2022. I'm gonna put these back in my head for now. The microphone quality is acceptable. I was going to go through the whole thing of like plugging it in, using Audacity to record a demo so I could play it back during this with some editing. And I'm like, you know what? It's a gaming headset mic. You could absolutely make conference calls with it. No one's going to complain that your microphone sounds like absolute dog shit. It doesn't sound like dog shit. It sounds okay. I think I've heard better microphones on like $300 Bluetooth headphones, like the Sonys or the Bose. Those have better mics picking things up. But for one that just sits right next to your face without a wind guard, they just plug into plug this into your phone or to your laptop. It's pretty good. And I like the fact that it can just be pushed up. It goes click and it mutes. It's very simple. You don't even need an LED. There's no RGB. I would appreciate a different color. And I know for this price, they're probably not going to offer 3 or 4 different colors. You know, just white. As much as I don't like white gaming headsets, especially for us Cheetos warriors who are like, game Cheeto, oh my God, I have a white mouse. And it's remarkably not as filthy as you would think it would be. I had this Rocat Kova. Would anyone like to sponsor this channel by sending me another mouse? I'll change mice. I'll change mouse pads. Won't change that keyboard, though. That keyboard was a pain in the ass to change all the keycaps to do that. So yeah, I would say I give this, in terms of gaming headset, because I have little cousins and things who don't care about audiophilia. They just care about, I want to play games, I want to be comfortable, and I don't have a lot of money because Christmas. This absolutely works. It's comfortable enough. It's quiet enough. The chords are nice enough. And as ugly as it is, paint and stickers exist. Just fucking go nuts. I don't think you could do better for $80 for a gaming headset. Close back. I got to mark that out because people will be like, well, Zeo, ship 9500s and then you get the thing. Closed back. Open back's a different story. I always try to separate those two because people seem to think they compete with each other. But if you need a closed back, then you're not looking at open backs. And if you can use an open back, well, then you could probably use a closed back too. I don't use open back headphones for gaming a lot of the time because I'm afraid I don't use closed back headphones for gaming a lot of the time because I'm afraid I'm going to get murdered. Open backs, I could hear people in real life coming to murder me. When I was living at home with my parents, though, and my little sister, and they shut the fuck up, bitch! I'm trying to play games, and I could just hear her. So that was closed headphone territory. Yeah, I approve. I don't know if I would say I highly approve. You know what? I think I would highly approve of these. They're basic enough, well built enough. Like, I don't know what the fail tolerance is for like this hinge here, because it just sort of hangs there. And this here is actually pretty nice. I guess it's an only time will tell sort of thing. It'd be nice if it came with a bigger like carrying case. I mean, for I guess $80. If you're gonna cheap out on something, don't let it be the sound. Let it be the bag, which is actually a really nice bag with a black plus. Acceptable. Wiring is oh god, did I just bang that into there? Comfort is acceptable. Sound is acceptable. Acceptable, which is like exceptional, but acceptable exceptional. Does that make sense? Hold on. Solid low end. Solid low end. Yeah, I would, if you just closed my eyes and threw these on my head and told me they're an under $200 closeback, what do I think? I'd be like, all right, they're comfy. They're comfy. They're very, like, talking, muddled crap, so they're really doing a good job. And they're kind of subtle. I guess the word is subtle. But then that comes on, and there's where the treble is like, oh, you're a gaming headset, aren't you? Go watch the anime Redline. Took them like 9 years to make it. Yeah, no, links to this in the description. Thank you very much. Drake. Yo, the Drake. Chill your balls. Anyway, wallpaper in the Horde. She's rocking a P90. Do I need a P90? I've got the AUG and the Chris. I feel like I need that, but in like red or pink. Links to these. That's in the wallpaper Horde. I guess I'll link to the FIO K9 in case anybody out there gaming wants to run their gaming headset off of like a $900 DAC amp combo. And don't forget to check out my Universal sponsor link in the description. And Patreon and Subscribe Star supports this channel. You get to see reviews early. You get to vote on things that I review. I'm going to try to do that more for the $10 patrons. $5 get to see reviews early, participate in yard sales, and access to the sound demos. Sound demos no longer exist in public. Sound demos are now private events. I'm still trying to get them to work on Telegram, as I need to re-encode them a certain way, and it's being a pain in the ass. So I'll probably sound demo these. It may not come out at the exact same time of this video, but it'll come out. Gives me a great excuse to use, you know, new music. $10 a month. Ask me any questions you want. Access to the swap meet where you can buy, sell, and trade gear. And I don't care about audio gear. I mean any gear. I know someone put up like their projector and they were doing all sorts of weird trades on there. So feel free, put your dirty underwear on it for all I care. As long as you deliver on your dirty underwear. And then check out Hi-Fi Guides, the Hi-Fi Guides forums. And don't forget to check out my In-Ear Fetish channel, which is where I do all my IEM reviews now, which I have to make like 3 of them today because I've run out. I wasn't Capital Audio Fest and it ran out completely. So yeah, I'm good, you're good, we're good. Thank you. Good night.